Hello, welcome back. I am Sir Muted, and sorry for the long delay between this and last episode, since I mostly just read throughout and just talk constantly with this series in particular. Sometimes it strains my voice, and to avoid anything permanent, sometimes I will take a step back and give my voice some time to heal and to relax. But without further ado, let's continue on with this series. And just like the other episodes, I would like to put a cautions here that this game deals with very heavy topics, both psychological and mental, with forms of anxiety, suicide, depression. So if you are sensitive or easily affected by topics such as those, I do advise that you don't watch this series and watch any other videos I have on my channels. But with that out of the way, let's go. Nightgown, Scars, Nature, Loud, Precious, Playground, Rain Cloud, Vanilla, Doki Doki, and Sunny. I will go with Precious, because a lot of things I want for Precious, and we shouldn't take stuff for granted. Skipping, Kiss, Music, After Image, Jump, Awesome, Raindrop, Swimsuit, Laugh, Beauty. I will go with After Image because those are kind of scary. I kind of imagine After Images almost like you thought you saw something. Like say you're just busy on your computer in the corner of your eye, you thought you saw a shadow figure or something like that. It's a little creepy, but sometimes I feel like I witness stuff like that. But let's go with that. Secretive, Dark, Lust, Boop, Whisper, Pain, Bed, Headphones, Daydream, and Unending. I think we went with Headphones last time, but I will go with Daydream. Help get through the day. We're not really thinking about much. You kind of just doze off and do your own thing, or imagine your own world. Lollipop, Cute, Bubbles, Joy, Puppy, Pink, Charm, Journey, Ocean, Fester. Guess I'll go with Journey. More like the adventure of the life you're living. Eternity, Peaceful, Defeat, Cloud, Melody, Sweet, Crimson, Captive, Hair, Suicide. This is a dark one. I'm curious to click it to see which one of the characters jump. Oh no. That's not a good sign. Flea, Jumpy, Heart, Meager, Kitty, Bliss, Nibble, Wonderful, Forgive, and Time. I guess I'll go with Time. We don't have a limited source of it, and every second is slipping away, so we kind of have to make the best of what we got. Alone, Marshmallow, Judgment, Romance, Ambient, Disarray, Waterfalls, Incapable, Evanescent, Promise. I think I went with Promise before, but it's one of those words that I really hold dear to myself and to my character. Like when you give someone your promise, that's like, I will do what I promise. Well, can't use the word in the definition. It's like what I said I will fulfill because it's my obligation that I told you that I will do. And if you can't keep a promise that you made to someone else, yet alone yourself, then really have to kind of think about where your priorities are and how you view your word and others that you given it to. Passion, Intellectual, Rose, Tears, Play, Together, Aura, Analysis, Grief, Embrace. I want to say Embrace because ever since most places are opening up now, but with lockdown and the current situation the world is in, the warm embrace of a hug is something I miss dearly from my friends. I used to just run up to my friends and just pick them up and hug them because something about that human connection is something magical almost. So if you're listening to this now, I recommend siblings, friends, loved ones, pets, anything above that you care for, is give them a hug. That will make your day a little bit better and theirs. Disown, friends, lazy, smile, heartbeat, mouse, horror, peace, sparkle, anger. Of course, we're going with friends here. They're the family you pick. Hurt, chocolate, cry, shopping, extreme, treasure, vertigo, imagination, party, variance. Excuse my pronunciation of that word. Variance or variance. But I guess I'll go with imagination because I'm imagining I'm pronouncing it right, but in actuality, I am probably wrong. Childhood, covet, hop, ribbon, marriage, starscape, dazzle, summer, twirl, flower. Oh my goodness, I'm going with flower. I don't know why, but I really love flowers. I think they're so beautiful and so pretty. The colors are vibrant and just looking at them just make me smile for some reason. My neighbor has a garden and sometimes I just go outside to take out the trash. I just look and just stare because how beautiful they are. And plus, bees, really good for pollen. Empty, fireworks, kawaii, papa, atone, warm, amazing, flying, fireflies, breathe. This is a little, not personal, but a little more intimate. But sometimes you just need to take a step back and breathe a bit. Sometimes we're going through life a little too quick, expecting things to happen then and now. Sometimes you just need to take a deep breath and breathe. Because life is full of stress, it's full of discomfort, full of negativity, and it's so fast paced. It's the here and the now. And we don't take enough time to just appreciate what we have around us or just to take the time out to just breathe and just relax. And if you're stressed, just relax a bit. Reevaluate the situation. Don't let the situation harm you anyway. So just take your time. Take a long, deep breath. Go in and go out. Just breathe. Fluffy, entropy, disoriented, melancholy, disaster, fear, feather, universe, wrath, death. We're all gonna die eventually. There's no escaping that, unless you're probably Elon Musk gonna put your brain into some type of AI program. But besides that, it's something we all, in a way, have in common. So, death. Sticky, incongruent, portrait, pout, destiny, cheer, fickle, blanket, holiday, extraordinary. Extraordinary is probably the word I'm gonna go with here. Because it kind of paints the uniqueness of each of us, even though as human species, we just based off biology, we always want to fit in, which is kind of contradictory when we're always trying to find our own self. But we don't want to be looked at as the outcast or the quote unquote weird one. So we try to just suppress who we really are. But the sooner you realize none of that really matters, that I guarantee you the happier you'll be. Because your uniqueness really shows the world who you actually are. And any type of hiding or suppression is easier said than done, but any type of hiding and suppression really put a damper on your life and how you portray yourself and your happiness from, in a way, lying to yourself. And again, it's easier said than done, but the sooner you can come to terms with that of acceptance and how you actually are, I guarantee you your life will be a little bit better. Shiny, poof, shame, cheeks, strawberry, question, special, unrestrained, pure, and vivacious. Special. Everyone's special. It's like extraordinary. It's just how we view things and how we accept things. Fun, prayer, bunny, clumsy, insight, happiness, philosophy, desire, cage, massacre. I think that's massacre. Um, Happiness. You can be rich. You have everything in the world that you want. You can be with the girl, boy, anything in between that you want to have in your life. Anyone under the sun. But if you do not have your own happiness, none of it matters because it will not make you happy. Even I struggle with this. I will probably say I'm not always the happiest person. I act like I'm happy. I'm always encouraging people to be happy, just like I'm doing here. But even I struggle with it. Finding what makes you happy, finding happiness not in others or things, but in yourself. It's very hard to always find that the inner peace, the inner happiness that you want to achieve. And yeah, like I said, I struggle with it. I'm sure many of you struggle with that. And even some days are better than others, but you're never always fully happy. And it's okay to be sad and all. You have the rights to your own emotions, but if you can strive for anything, strive to find happiness, even in the little things. Say you clean your room. Feel proud, feel happy about that. That's something you did. That's an accomplishment that no one else did but you. You finally got off that hard level in the game you were playing. Happiness. Sometimes you can't always find that the specific thing that makes you happy, but the sooner you can even try to understand what would make you happy, that can help steer you in the right direction of inner peace and happiness that you're trying to look. So, happiness. Memories, sugar, essence, bouncy, dance, landscape, spies, vitality, color, and sensation. Sensation, because everything creates a sensation to you, and is I guess when you hear the word sensation, you internally think of it as something positive, but sometimes you can have a negative sensation. But I kind of relate sensation here in the context of your emotions and what you feel through certain things, and the sensations that you experience through situations, which I think is a pretty good thing to always have. Milk, broken, tragedy, misery, sing, parfait, anime, excitement, requited, calm. Here, I might make people so mad. I am going to pick anime, and because I love anime. Well, you like this game, you kind of enjoy the anime aspect of it, but I would also say that my favorite one right now, it's kind of cliche, but I absolutely love My Hero Academia. It's one of the most personally well-written, well-animated stories I've read in a long time, especially from a shonen of all things. So, anime. Let me know. Leave me some recommendations of animes to watch, because I have not been excited to watch anything recently. The last thing I saw this year finally was Konosuba season 1. So I have nothing. Well, I have more than enough time to watch anything. If you recommend anything that you like and you think I would enjoy. I also recommend Shield Hero, Rise of the Shield Hero. 10 out of 10 anime. 10 out of 10. If you like just a beautiful story, a dark story, with beautiful character development, please, I recommend watching or reading Rise of the Shield Hero. It is incredible. Lucky, Uncanny, Sunset, Explode, Anxiety, Sadness, Lipstick, Inferno, Existence, and Rainbow. And here I'm going to pick Anxiety. We all deal with it. It helps us get a sense of what we're afraid of and that we can probably develop and grow and adapt to. So, Anxiety. Love, Silly, Fantasy, Socks, A Vibrant Family, Valentine, Email, Depression, Spinning. Just like happiness, just like happiness and anxiety, we all go through depression too. And it's not an always constant thing or something that can always be treated medically, but depression is something we all face too. And especially during these troubling times with the epidemic that we're suffering through, everyone is more or less locked inside, can't really do much anymore. There's always the fear of contracting something. And with no going out and stuff like that, we're always in our own thoughts, which can sometimes be the scariest thing to some people. And sometimes our mood is not always 100%. Sometimes we get a little bit sadder than normal. Sometimes it feels like it's never going to end, but it's not a permanent thing. I promise you that. Oh man, I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. I don't believe her, unfortunately. Laughing again. You must have a lot of determination, starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. And I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out with the festival too. I mean, if you're part of a club, I would assume you would help out, but I guess that's not always a thing. I can't wait for the festival. Oh, Nasuki's happy. Huh? It's going to be great. Yeah? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Nasuki? Yes, she was. Well, yeah, I'm not talking about our part of the festival, but it's a whole day a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people. Huh? I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Monica. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. Also, that joke made no sense in translation. Oh no. Question mark? Oh, never mind. Oh, breaking the third rule. Let's just focus on our own event for now, okay? Laughing. Monica. I mean, I guess in American English type of thing, you can make a joke like Mon Inca, like Squid Ink. But I'm guessing Monica is kind of a foreign word. I assume Japanese of some sort. Fine. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting in the desk in the corner of the room looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hands in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything all right? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry me. You worry about me too. Why am I reading that wrong? Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. She is covering up. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Either she is jealous, which she's shown that she might be, or there's something she's not telling me, or something she's repressing. Well, alright, if you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has already dispersed and everyone's back into their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot more time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some paper at her desk. Sarah muted, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into this a little too much, but it seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? I can't say I noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind, but I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Sir Remuted. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bother her. But this time when I asked, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about her well-being of my club members, you know. Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? Maybe she's just having a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Sir Remuted. Me? How on earth will you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sari talks about you more than anything else, you know. She's been so much happier ever since she joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now that oh my goodness, forgive me. Let me get a sip of water. Oh my goodness. Sorry again. It's not any different now than it always has been. Laughing. You're so funny, Sir Remuted. Have you thought that maybe you always seen her as so cheerful because that's how she is when she's around you? I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyways? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I always know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up in front of the desk and walks around the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel next to Sayori and gently talk to her, but she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about it, and I have to have fun with everyone else. But it's impossible to do that when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now, it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the classroom. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poem, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she is talking about with Sayori. Who should I show my poem first to? Monica. Hi, Sir Remuted. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I had to give it some more thought. I exactly agree with myself. Performing in front of anyone will bring anxiety, can make you cry, make your voice quiver, make you just feel so uncomfortable that you feel like you're about to die. And I went to school for arts, and I already told a story about me having to present a lot of times. And I've been in school for about 6 years, and even in my lower grades, that it never gotten easier, unfortunately. Every time I had to present, you hear my voice now, it will probably start sounding like this. Like I start shaking, I can't control it, my knees are shivering, and I'm just cold sweating. It is not a fun experience. Okay, no pressure. Well, too late. There's a lot of pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it will turn out great. It would also make me happy to see... Oh, I read that wrong. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. Let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hand. Laughing again? It's kind of funny. How so? No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poems and Sayori poems have been getting more and more similar to each other's every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you? And she is jumping to conclusions, making assumptions, but we all see what Monica is seeing. I guess you could say that. Although we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. But since I joined this club, we're always spending a lot more time together again. I see. That reminds me about how Sayori's been a little bit off today. Yeah, did she tell you something? Well, Sarah muted, you haven't been flirting with her, have you? Remember the button scene? When I was fixing her top and she didn't like it because it was too tight. That scene was very intimate, and when I went to that part, I called it and I said how intimate and close and personal that it was. Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do. All right, just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It would be terrible if something bad happens to her, so keep an eye on her. If something bad happened to her. One, I don't like that. But also, as my character in the game, I been told also on a personal level that how I interact with people comes off as flirting. I mean, I kind of just see it as how I talk to anybody normally, but in a situation like this, something can be seen as a little more personal or intimate with the person you're interacting with, not just randomly having a conversation. So I, in some ways, relate to this. Lori's been acting so much happier ever since she joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden? Well, never mind. This isn't the time for talking about this. Anyways, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders the earth. A lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, adrift in the sky, a victim to the currents of the wind. Day after day, I search with hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky, until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall, and I fall, and I fall even more. Gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumbs and forefinger. The hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end in her gaze. The lady who knows everything, knows what I am thinking before I can speak. She responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. This kind of goes back to the whole ideal that life doesn't have a meaning, and it only has meaning if you give it meaning or purpose. And to some extent, I agree with that, because when we were scripting our last poem, when we were talking about death, how it's something unavoidable and that we're all destined for it. we're already predestined for the final outcome of not being here anymore. It's a little morbid and grim to talk about, but also that makes you want to think that the time that we have left here is all that we have, and that is all that we know, and that we do know that our lives are going to end, if this is all making sense, and that knowing that we're going to eventually die, that we should actually just try to live life as though it was our last day, if you heard that before. And not all days are going to be like parties and happy moments, but it's just experiencing life and seeing, and I guess in a way discovering who you are and the people around you. And just like the lady who knows everything, learning about everything that you can, trying to understand the world we live in, come up with your own thoughts, your own ideologies, and just see where it takes you in a way. No need to stick to one thing or the other. You can have it all. It's just you need to make time yourself to go for it, if any of that makes sense. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are sort of things that give life meaning. Not to get philosophical or anything, but it was like, it was kind of on my mind, so that's why I wrote about it. I see. I never really put that much thought into it. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers when the world started to lose meaning, you know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I wouldn't classify, I guess the character in the game that I'm playing as a less, not saying I'm dumb in the game, but not a deeper meaning, don't have a deeper meaning to a lot of these topics that the poems are about. Because I would just say the poems are more sublime, or I guess in a simpler way, you can kind of describe sublime as yin and yang, like the good and the evil. You really don't understand that you can't really have the topic of good or evil without having their counterparts. So just because a day is good, you know it's good because you don't experience what you would consider the bad, because you know what you like, and that's the happy. And the happy is only there because you've been through the bad, and since you're not experiencing the bad, you have to be happy. So it's the sublime of life. So everything is sublime in a way. Waking out of bed, you woke up, that's a good thing. Your day is starting, you're alive. Bad thing, you're waking up, maybe it's at 6 a.m. and you only went to bed at 4, so you're groggy and you're tired. There's a bad. So the next time you have a good night rest, you appreciate that a little bit more because you just had a bad night's rest. I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Yeah, that. Anyway, oh my goodness, did she just call me a 2D drawing? Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of mean in this sense. Here's Monica writing tip of today. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good or okay or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it and then the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it will make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Let's go up the line. Well done, Server Muted. You definitely improved your writing over the course of these few days. Has my advice been helpful to you? Yeah, definitely. I'm glad. Sharing your writing like this is a lot more fun and rewarding than I anticipated. I need to remember to thank Monica. I think we all felt a little awkward at first, but now it seems like everyone is enjoying sharing their writing and seeing what others think. I guess I can't really disagree. I was afraid this whole thing would be a chore, but it's a great way for me to spend some personal time with all the girls in the club. Interesting, myself, you cheeky boy. But it's fun getting to know everyone and their writing styles, and I guess doing some writing myself. Well, have you learned anything about yourself, Server Muted? Well, you know how I like to say that writing is a very personal way to get in touch with yourself. In the end, it doesn't matter if you're a good writer or a bad writer, and even my opinions are just opinions, you know. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself. That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some ways or the other. Huh? Why me? Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and you have the most advice to share. Is that so? Yuri thinks for a good minute. That must be terrible. Huh? For me to have become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me. Yuri, it's not a bad thing, as you're making it sound in your head. I just mean I respect your opinion. I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to these sort of conclusions. I'm just a little too used to it. Overthinking. Being just like, aw, Yuri, I like you. Yuri. What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on. All right. Do you want to share your poem now? Okay, here. All right. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of the earth is that chastically meets its surface under the clear blue skies and an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds and endless enigma. The easiest way to get lost in it is one where everything could be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it be gentle lick to your foundation until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same, yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where the toes squish into the sand, the salty air is therapeutic, the breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempting by the foaming tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace to erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to the earth forevermore. Holy, that is really hard to read. And I took cursive for many years, and this was just hard. Because I guess typically we don't really use cursive anymore, or see it as much as we should. I'm aware that the beach is kind of a insane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it. You say you didn't even want to write about it. Oh, you haven't heard? After yesterday, Nasuki and I, well, it was assuming that we wrote about something similar in such different ways. So Nasuki wanted us to write about the same topic as each other again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing style or thought process. Anyways, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise that she wanted to do something like this. She probably just wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. I mean, I guess she's seeing it as sort of how hers is so thoughtful and have to be so intricate. Nasuki's is more freeing and almost childlike with the freedom and the free flow and the not so thought-provoking stuff is almost straightforward, but it does lead up to interpretation. I just went with her request, but Well, I suppose it's not so bad to write about something simple on occasion. I thought it was simple as oceans. My apologies. It can be refreshing, like salty air. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while. Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Who should I show my poem to next? Suki, so I guess it's gonna be another beach theme. This one is alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyways. I see what you're going for, but it's not really my style. I mean, that's fine. It's mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit. Well, of course, I'm always trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Ooh, Nasuki likes me too, I think. No, gross, Sundere, stupid baka. It's not like I care anything. Twirls hair, blushes and sigh with a pouty face. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Really? Well, if you ended up just scaring me away anyways, it's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I had to put up with you. Nasuki elbow connects with my stomach. Ow. Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry. I was too. Laughing. How the heck do you call that a joke? That seriously hurts. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth for Nasuki. Anyways, Nasuki held her poem out to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears and diminished wonders over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your minds will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that watches your worries away. I'll be the beach that your daydreams about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way thought have left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in the sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see your shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail. Set you free in the windy sail. And remember that the reason you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that watches your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought you had left long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Huh. It seemed like it was a personal one about freeing yourself and loving yourself, but it can also be used towards someone else. Interesting. It's hard to see or think what this one was fully about. It kind of had like a song pattern to it, but I think to describe this in the poetic term, it had I think it's like A, B, C pattern to it. Like the first line rhymed with the second, and then the third and fourth were different. But I'm sure one of you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write about something like a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome. I have to disagree. I'm not a fan of the heat, nor do I like hot sand and just sitting on it in the sun. Kind of hard to write about anything negative about the beach. Well, I gave you plenty of topics. Well, Yuri's take on it was also more solemn. Well, she better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she was the one who wanted us to write about the same topic. But Yuri said you gave her the topic. Interesting. So I don't think anyone's maliciously lying, or that there is a player 3 involved to some degree. You can really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic, then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyways. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. But there's nothing wrong with doing it once in a while. At the very least, it was good practice. Interesting. Who should I show my poem to next? And last but not least, Sayori. This is the best one so far. It's really, really nice over muted. Thanks. Sorry, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Huh? Of course, everything is fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today. Laughing nervously. You want to nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, server muted. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought... forgive me. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does, or even Nasuki. But in the end... Baraka, why did he say that? That's making things a little more weird. I guess you're the one who likes this the most. Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else. Wait, of course I do, but that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me, and I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. This is getting mushy and gushy. I'm saying that we're on the same wavelengths. You have feelings for me. I care about you. We get each other. More than anyone else in the club. The club members see it. Monica's blatantly telling it. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes you feel like you're the only one exciting for things in my life. But sometimes it's easier to write about, or to write what I'm thinking about. Now she's on my mind, what I'm thinking. Oh. Sayori? Oh gosh, she's blushing. She was thinking about me. I was flirting accidentally. I got her in her feelings. Now I'm in my feelings. Even now talking, I feel kind of awkward. Sorry, muted. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you... Oh, she's crying. Oh my gosh, stop. Why are you doing this? Sari's having trouble keeping her voice steadily all of a sudden. If you have fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori? I glanced around the room to make sure no one had noticed this. Sayori, I probably never said this to you before. But I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me, what will cheer you up? Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathered herself and put on a smile. It's nothing, Server muted. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. Just smiles from everyone. Okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm going to get home a little bit early today. Sayori, tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. That makes me sad. Like something's going to happen. I felt really uncomfortable with how she was acting, and then she was crying. Got me emotional. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Huh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Okay, catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is going to happen. In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different I saw Sayori isn't here. It seems you're right. Sayori's always helped lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She's actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Is that so? Hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to go home, you picked a time where she's not feeling well. So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First off, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it. That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyways, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone's going to be doing this weekend. She just avoided my question outright. I already know what I'm doing. That's alright. Natsuki will be making cupcakes, but we might need a lot of them and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sari will be helping me design them. And as for you, Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, Yuri, you're so kind, smart, educated. You can express your emotions, but you can't show them. You always beat yourself down, but yet you are incredible. You are a really nice person. No, that's not it at all. The most talented person here, you know. You should have said that, especially around Natsuki. Now, Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell it's even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case, but if I can't also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? About that, I love atmosphere. Your expression slowly change as she stares at the desk and focuses and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great. You'll be wonderful to help, Yuri. But anyways, that just leaves you, Server Muted, the one who is truly useless. I agree. I was here for, 3 days, and I am the most useless and most, not well prepared to be in this club versus the others here. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It'll probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. No! I don't want to pick. You could always help me out as why? I will really appreciate of that. Oh my goodness. Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit. Yuri, no. Yuri. Natsuki, well, even if you don't know how to bake, is always something there that I could give to you. Oh no, not like Monica's gonna give me a choice. And you shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyways. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the makeup. He wants me? Oh, this is getting too much. Sir, you may not be around if you're only making him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more, oh my gosh. Sounds more like you're making excuses for serving me to. What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work, and baking isn't. Just what do you think, guys? Let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Sir Muted to decide how he would like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know. Monica, why did he throw your hat in the race? I'm sure he'd be interested in. You literally just said, I am surprised as well. Oh, gosh. I am getting flustered IRL. I was just saying, though. Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. So Muted, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going. Okay. Nasuki says she's up for the challenge herself, so I'm going to probably not pick her. Monica already has. Oh no. Yeah, Monica already has Sayori to help. And that leaves Monica, who people deem useless at first. So, two useless people together, maybe we can make something happen. Oh my goodness. I'm going with Yori. Oh, I'm not happy with my choices though. Yori. Well, I'll probably be most useful helping out Yori. Me? Are you serious? Why would you? Nasuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean. No, I was just saying. So, you'd be helping Yuri then, Sir Remuted. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I had a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things, so I think your assistance will be very useful. See, I made the right choice. I compliment her mindset. I can help her really break out of her overthinking this and self-deprecation. Nothing else involved at all. It's great to hear. Nasuki, will you be able to handle picking yourself? I mean, yeah, I already said I would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell Nasuki is feeling a little sour. So is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be all about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Sir Remuted? Me? I guess I could say I'm interested to see how it will all turn out. That's good. That's good enough for me. What about you, Nasuki? Nasuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glares between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Sir Muted picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I have ever had. They're really going to be well with my tea. And anything that I do for the event will compare to that. So I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're always trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not really good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Nasuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words, and she even had trouble with words trying to cheer everyone else, so be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if I didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this, because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better not bet my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah, I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing else for me nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone picks up their things. I start to follow Monica and Nasuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry, I realize that I don't have a way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that it slipped my mind. Did I give you my phone number? I think that'd be the best way, yes. All right then. Yuri and I exchanged phone numbers. Okay, then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Huh? My house? Is that a problem? Not at all. I just thought I would be the one going to your house and I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright, in that case, thank goodness, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it should matter any much, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you. Don't underestimate yourself, sir. Muted. I think that we'll make a very productive team, even if you only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, I don't actually think that. Oh, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason to, you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the reason. Oh, you're forgetting the reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself an extreme tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? Eh? I didn't realize. I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. And I'm really looking forward to Saturday. Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri is going to come to my house on Sunday. My anxiety shoots through the roof. Oh my goodness, even my body like tensing up from that thought. Even I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. There's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside the school. Stop that, bad boy. No, bad thoughts. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. And is this a chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell, but until then, I won't be able to take my mind off of this. I seriously can't wait. I'm going to wrap up this episode. We learned a lot about some people. We have more questions and answers yet again. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. First off, please, if you don't mind, subscribe, leave a like, comment, and let's have a conversation. Any anime recommendations, as I asked earlier, and any other games you guys would like to see me play. I'm open to literally anything. So, without further ado, hope you all have a good one. Goodbye.